Hey guys, this is Sam with two M's, and I want to welcome everyone to another Mixclusive interview. And I'm so excited because today we have the multi-platinum singer, songwriter, producer, and guitarist who has given us some of the most honest songs over the years. Everyone, please welcome James Bay.
Oh, thank you.
Woo!
Thank you so much.
Of course. How have you been, James?
I've been
How's
okay.
everything?
It's been a strange time for me and everyone else around the world. I'm trying to put a positive spin on something kind of negative. But the fact that we've kind of all shared, the whole world has kind of been going through this together means that there hasn't been something about that's positive. Something
Yeah.
about that I'm trying to take as a positive. We've been able to share hard times, and we've been able to share progress, and we'll keep sharing progress. So I'm holding that, in front of me and trying to sort of block out any of the more negative realities of the last few months.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like, it's kind of comforting in a way that we're all kind of going through the same thing right now. So it's
Yeah,
good to hear that
yeah.
you're trying to put a positive spin on everything.
I think
But
you've got to.
yeah, I agree. You definitely have to. But what have you been up to aside from, of course, I'm sure you've been working on music, but
Yeah.
have you been picking up like new hobbies lately, or what have you been up to during this time?
One of the main things, actually, honestly, like before
Mhm.
all of this started, this is like my old life in a way. I would play, like just to kind of escape music and work a little bit. Like now and again, I would once a week or twice a week, I would play football because
Oh.
I love football. We've not been
Hmm.
able to do that at all in lockdown, but I realized
Hmm.
it was really important that exercise was so important for my brain. So throughout lockdown, I've kind of been like working out. Like obviously you can tell
Oh.
I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger now. So
Hmm.
it's obviously quite obvious that I'm extremely muscular. Oh, look, I'm joking.
Hmm.
But uh, I've been doing kind of regular exercise like every day to just to try and feel better in my mind
Hmm.
as well as
Yeah.
in my body, because it's been very easy. I think lots of people agree it's been very easy to kind of just drop into a sort of sadness when you can't leave the house and all that stuff. So that's been really helping me.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Like when you exercise, there are like endorphins and all that make you feel better about everything. So it's good to hear you've been keeping busy as well. But how about creatively? How has it been helping you during this time?
Well, that's been good and difficult. The process
Hmm.
sort of slowed down. We've been able to put out a new single, which is I've been able to do that, which is wonderful. And there is more music to follow, which I'll talk
Hmm.
about later. But um, the plan was for a lot more music to have come out a lot sooner, and it hasn't
Yeah.
now, and that's okay. Everybody's
Hmm.
been loving Chill My Heart, which is super exciting. But yeah, I've carried on writing as well. That's one of the
Hmm.
things that's really helped me in this time, because I've got all this new music that I'm ready to put out into the world that I'm kind of sitting on and waiting for the world to open up a little bit more. So in the meantime, so that I don't overthink all of that music, I've been writing more music. So, and I don't know what will happen with that, but it's been fun to do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Like you've been writing more because some people will feel discouraged sometimes with everything that's happening,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
reasonable. Yeah.
Mm-mm. But I also saw that you've been doing live lessons on Instagram for like guitar. So
Yeah.
what made you decide to do something like this?
Well, I wasn't like a really big Instagram or like social
Mm-hmm.
media user before lockdown. I used it kind of just enough. Um, but it's just been the perfect way to connect with people. I have all these fans and followers and friends and people out there who I would see around the world at shows kind of regularly, a couple times a year or so. And we can't do that in lockdown. So I realized, well, maybe I can just go and give them something light and something that isn't too sort of serious
Mm-hmm.
through Instagram Live. So I go up there like once or twice. It used to be twice a week. Now it's more once a week because I'm sort of busy doing all the Chill My Heart stuff. Um, but I get to go on there and see everybody. And like every time it's like a few thousand people kind of chime in and listen. And
Mm-hmm.
we kind of talk through how to play certain guitar stuff. With like old songs of mine, or we've even done a Chill My Heart one. So yeah, it's been really fun to connect with everybody and
Mm-hmm.
feel at a time when we're supposed to be socially distant, we've still been able to feel social.
Yeah, I think it's a good way of reaching all of your fans all over the world.
Right.
And I think they appreciate, the more musical aspect of it as well. But I think on the subject of like fans, the last time that you were in the Philippines actually was 2016. That was like 4 years ago.
So long.
Yeah, it seems so long, but what do you remember most about that trip?
Well, the people,
Hmm.
because I suppose I remember it was a sort of very hot and sort of busy trip.
Yeah.
It's always kind of toasty down there, but I remember, I just remember the love. I remember just
Hmm.
kind of the love from everybody. Like it was
Yeah.
so welcoming.
Hmm.
And I mean that as far as like getting off the plane and getting to the hotel and how everybody was in all of those smaller moments that are,
Yeah.
you know, important to having a nice time. But when I got on stage, all the people in the crowd, like it was such a, it was like we'd done that 100 times already. Like it was
Yeah.
such a, it felt so familiar, even though it was sort of it was a new thing. So I remember that love from everybody most sort of vividly.
Yeah, I was actually at that concert that you played like
Oh,
four
right.
years ago,
Yeah,
and that's definitely what it felt like, an atmosphere of love, everyone singing back to you and just
very cool.
feeling the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully after everything's done and everything is better, you get to come back to the
I'm
Philippines.
ready. I'm ready
Yeah.
to come back. I'm ready.
And we're ready for you to come back, but we're also ready for your newest single, which is Chew on My Heart. So could you tell us more about the song? I found that the title was actually really interesting. So could you tell us more about
Yeah,
this?
the title. Strangely, the title was actually the first thing I came up with. Um, we were all. I was with the guys I wrote the song with, like in a room together, just sort of playing guitars and like singing kind of melodies and sounds and things that sound like words but aren't quite. And whatever I kind of said sounded to me like the words "chew on my heart." So I said it out loud in the room, and I said, "That's kind of weird, and that's sort of why I like it. Let's see if we can take that and use it somehow." Everybody else kind of loved it, and it's one of the only times where I've kind of come up with the title and the main lyric first, and then you kind of look as the writer, you sort of look to find out, well, can I attach that to something in my life? And I like some of those kind of weirder lyrics, like I say, and applying them to quite sort of more kind of classic emotions. And I thought to myself, well, I travel all the time, and I have to, my girlfriend who I live with, we've been together for 13 years, been together for a long time.
Whoa.
We are like best friends. And it's, she can't always come on tour with me. She can't always come away. So I miss her a lot.
Mhm.
And often I'll come home from these long tours and I'll be tired as I walk back into the house, but I'll still have this surging, joyous excitement that is quite a kind of intense, extreme feeling. I just want to sort of throw my arms around her
Mhm.
and be kind of selfish with her and have her all to myself, and chew on my heart. Felt like it
Yeah.
really worked and summed up all of that stuff. So I ran with it and I wrote the song.
Oh, so that's what it kind of means. I feel like there's like a little bit of like angst, but it's like, yeah,
I
chew
think,
on my heart.
I think there is angst. I think it's
Hmm.
okay to feel like there was, because in a way, like all of that anticipation when you're coming home and
Yeah.
you're sort of tired and you've been living one life and you're coming home to live home life. It embodies all of that too.
Mhm. Yeah. And you did mention that this is the first time you're releasing something about yourself publicly. Like that was what you said. So I'm just wondering, how did you reach like this place of being able to talk about something like this publicly?
I've had certain things, about myself and my life, that are more private that I've talked
Hmm.
about publicly in the past. But this is in this song talking about my long-term relationship. Um, it's the first time that I've ever really gone to those depths, because I've enjoyed keeping a bit of privacy, but I recognize that the relationship's so important to me
Yeah.
that I didn't want to just ignore it. I didn't just want to hide it away from everyone and act like it didn't exist. That feels wrong. I realized as I was writing these songs that it's okay to celebrate it. So I wanted to celebrate this relationship and our time together. Um, and I realized, yeah, that's kind of a private thing that I've never got into before. So I enjoyed letting it out.
Oh, perfect. And now that you let it out, you gave us Chew on My Heart, and I'm sure a lot of people are excited. And it's part of your newest album. So could you give us like a little preview of what you have in store for us for this album?
Yeah, there's the newest thing is for me, the thing that I've done the least in the past that is kind of most different on this album really is the lyrics. And it's some of these songs even sound like the kind of sad heartbreak songs that I've written in the past. But if you listen into the lyrics, you'll realize that there's just all this love in there. There's a lot of kind of positivity and adoration. And yeah, like there's a lot of love in this music. Like as far as how it sounds, there's a lot of my voice, there's a lot of guitar. Sometimes there's other noises coming in from the sides. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's a bit more kind of stark and stripped back. I enjoy both those dynamics. So there's all of that to come.
Oh, we're so excited for whatever you have in store for us. And Chew on My Heart is definitely something that has got us super pumped for whatever you have for us in the pipeline. But before I do let you go, do you have a message to all your Filipino fans and to everyone who's been supporting you?
To all my Filipino fans, 2016 was too long ago, and I cannot wait to come back and see you all again. It sucks that we're living in this pandemic world, and it will pass, and we will see each other again, and I cannot wait for it, because the singing that we did back then, I mean, that was the stuff of dreams, and I can't wait to relive it with you.
Thank you so much, James, for hanging out with me today. And guys, always remember to stream Chew on My Heart. Just play it constantly because it's such a good song by James Bay on multiple digital streaming platforms. And once again, thank you so much, James, for hanging out with me.
Nice one.
Thank you to everyone who watched as well. This has been Sam with 2Ms for another MYX exclusive interview. See you next time.